Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About Houses. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
Okay, home builders are the most bullish they have been in a year.
Very nice.
Here is the headline of the article. Home builders turned bullish for the first time in nearly a year amid strong housing demand. Juana, we said back January, February, when interest rates started going up, that these cycles usually last about 18 months. Mm-hmm. That puts us basically out to late summer. Mm-hmm. But it appears that some things have already turned. So prices are going up.
Prices are going up. Home builders are discovering that they have a product that lots of people want to buy. So this is what's really magical about home builders. Home builders are offering a product that sellers want. This is very important. So they are offering a product that people with existing homes are willing to purchase. And some of these people will rent out their property and purchase a new home, but some of them may end up selling. So that is good for people who would like to purchase a resale home.
Okay, in turn, home builders are feeling good about their business. The National Association of Home Builders Monthly Confidence Index rose 5 points to 55 in June, the trade group said Monday. I'm going to go and put up the chart here. Okay, now this chart, they haven't plotted June on it. They came out with the article, but whoever does their graphic design didn't add 55. It was 55 in July of last year, and you can see it dropped all the way to 31. And this is back when a lot of people weren't going in. They had canceled in the fourth quarter a bunch of contracts, and then people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is it. These houses are going to flood the market and crash housing." And of course, they all went back under contract with different people. They all ended up being sold, and you can see the index has just been rising every single month.
Right.
It's 55. 50 is average. 50 is over the course of however long they've been measuring it. Half of them is above 50, half is below 50. So 50 is actually like the baseline of normal. Anything better than 50 is good. Anything worse than 50 is bad.
Right. So this is an index. It's not a percentage or anything like that. It's just an index.
Okay. Now, that index is made up of three things. Current sales, which is how many they have under contract. Future sales, which is how many they expect. And then the next one is gauge of traffic. So here are the numbers. Current sales conditions rose by 5 points. A measure of future sales gained 6 points. And traffic of prospective buyers rose by 4 points. So more people are going in and everything.
Right. So future sales are people who signed up on the interest list, who found a lot that they would like, but somebody else has already purchased it, and they would like to be kept informed about that. Those are the future sales.
Yeah. Okay, here's some other numbers. This is also very fascinating. 25% of builders reduced home prices to bolster sales in June. The share was 27% in May and 30% in April. So it's declined steadily since peaking at 36% in November. Now, somebody's going to make out a video and say that home builders have slashed prices 25%, which is not true.
No.
Okay. The average price reduction was 7% in June. But remember, only 25% had to reduce prices. So 25% of builders that reduced prices 7%. So
up to 7%.
Up to 7%. 75% of builders didn't have to do anything. They just sold it at whatever price they put on it. And then 7% had to reduce price.
25% had to reduce price.
25% reduced price, and they reduced price 7%. That was the average price reduction. Okay, 56% of builders offered incentives to buyers in June. What's an incentive?
So incentives,
it's not a price reduction, but what else could it be?
No, so incentives are things like maybe some upgrades for free, or maybe some closing costs, things like that. Things that the builder has control over, and they get to put it on their books that they spent more on it than they really did, basically.
What's amazing is that even with the, builders have stayed profitable because they didn't continue to build. As soon as they saw the slowdown, they started slowing down the building. And building permits fell for like 13 or 14 months straight, which is why the number of homes that have been built over the last year has been dropping. Like 39% or it's 40% or something. It's a big number.
So it's really interesting. So they did slow down the building, which actually allowed them to build more profitably. And you're thinking, what? Well, let me explain. Builders no longer use their own crews to build, right? Most builders sub everything out. And of course, the subs bid everything. So when the building slowed down, then the subs got a little hungrier. And so builders were able to negotiate a little bit better. They were able to get their houses built in a more timely manner because now they're not waiting at the back of the line for subs that have more work than they know what to do with. Because remember, we do still have fewer people in construction trade than what we need to put up all the houses. So that's what I mean, that they built the houses a little more profitably.
The people that we had in construction, that industry got decimated in 2007, 8, 9, because new home builders just said, look, we can't, no one's buying these homes. They're not worth what we built them for. A lot of builders, either, private builders went out of business. A lot of the national builders had to sort of, fire everybody basically. And all these people that had been building homes for, had career changes. They went out and started small businesses doing something or whatever, but they stopped building homes. They realized, hey, that business is pretty cyclical, and they'll found another way to feed themselves.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so what does this mean going forward? Does this mean maybe they'll start building some more houses since, more people are interested in buying? I mean, affordability, interest rates are interest rates. It's the same interest rate when you buy a new home versus a resale home for the most part.
So this is really interesting. So new home builders have found their sweet spot as far as home building, and their sweet spot is actually building larger homes. They have a bigger profit margin, and they like building those because they have a bigger profit margin. What does that mean for affordability? Unfortunately, not good things, because bigger homes cost more money. So they are more geared toward the move-up buyer rather than the entry point. So that is something to watch going forward. There are lots of ways that government is trying to incentivize or coerce builders into building more affordable housing. But of course, we're dealing with the not in my backyard issue, right? So even if a builder is willing to build more affordable homes, it's very difficult to do that because there's a lot of opposition from the neighbors and in the neighborhood. So that's a challenge that they have. And no one objects to having super nice homes being built in their neighborhood, but having entry-level homes, a lot of people do object to that.
Yeah.
So what's happening in your neck of the woods? What are builders doing? We want to hear from you. Leave us a note and tell us. We'd love to know. Tell us where you're watching from and what's happening in your neck of the woods. Please share the video with anybody that might find it interesting. If we brought something to your attention that interested you, that informed you, if we entertained you in any way, or you got anything out of this video, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.